Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Morning. But network is not there in your place. No, I'm not able to hear your voice. Means you will also be not able to hear my voice. So find the network and sit in a place where network is there. Ninth problem in exercise 7.1. Question number 9 we shall see today. Exercise 7.1, question number 9. All of you can write the question or you open the textbook. Question itself takes more space. I read question for you. Okay? Can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Correct. Fine. Question number 9. I'll read it. What is question number 9? In parallelogram ABCD, ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. 2 points P and Q are taken on diagonal. P and Q are taken on diagonal BD. Okay. Such that what? BP equal to BQ. BP equal to BQ. Okay. Show that. ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಡಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೈನಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ತಗೊಂಡಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿ ಪಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿ ಸಿ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಬಿ ಪಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿ ಕ್ಯೂ ಈ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಎರಡು ಆ ತರ ತಗೊಂಡಾರೆ ಇದು 2 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇದು 2 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಆ ತರ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾರೆ ಹೌದಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾರ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ APD 1 by 1 triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB. This is what we said. First point. Second point, it is told to prove AP equal to CQ. Third point, triangle AQB, triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. Okay. Then fourth point, we have to show AQ equal to CC. AQ equal to CP. Fifth point, APCQ is a parallelogram. Okay, this is the question. First point was APD is congruent to CQB. First, where it is APD? APD, this one. For your understanding, I'll say this triangle. CQB, this one. CQB, this. First, you have to congruent of surface. Okay. Can you tell me how can you show these are congruent? Which parts are equal? Huh? Can you tell me? Discussion, if you discuss more, you will remember. If you tell something, you will remember forever. Okay. In these two triangles, which are equal parts? Tell me. Which are equal parts? Here, in these two triangles, which are equal parts? ABCD is a parallelogram or not? ABCD is a parallelogram. BC and AD, these are equal. Why those are equal? Can you tell me? Why those are equal? Opposite sides of?
Sides of parallelogram.
Opposite sides of parallelogram, that's why those are equal. Now, these two sides are equal or not? Equal or not? Equal. Why those are equal? Or how those are equal?
Common side.
Sir, DP is equal to
DP equal to BQ, it is given now. You should see the question, it is given. Then what about this angle? This angle. This angle and which angle? Not this one. This one and this one. Which kind of angles these are?
alternate interior angles.
Yes, alternating triangles. For which parallel lines? ಯಾವ parallel line is alternating triangles ಅವು?
BD.
ಒಂದೇ ಇರ್ತಾವ parallel line ಎರಡು ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. BD ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್. ಹೌದಾ? BD ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಇದಾವ. ಇದು BD ಈ ತರದ BD. ಹೌದಾ? ಇವೆರಡು ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ AD ಅದ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಡ್ BC ಅದ. ಅಂದ್ರ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ AD ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ BC ಲೈನ್ ಇದಾವ. AD ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ BC AD ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ BC ಅದಾವ. ಅವಾಗ ಇದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಸಲ್ ಅದ. BD is transversal. Therefore, these angles are equal. These two alternate interior angles are equal. Now, you see side angle side. Here, side angle side. So, by SAS, both the triangles are congruent. If both the triangles are congruent, remaining elements, corresponding elements are equal. Which are corresponding elements? Here, AP equals PQ. Second part, AP equals PQ. So, if we show this also complete. This much you understood, students?
Yes, sir.
This much you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now we shall write this much. Then we shall go to third and fourth. Okay. Now write it. What is given? Solution. What is given here? Given. What is given? In parallelogram, in parallelogram, in parallelogram, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, 2 points, 2 points, P and Q are taken on diagonal BD, such that DP equal to BQ ಇರುವಾಗ ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ. DP equal to BQ ಇರುವಾಗ ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ. Okay, this much is given. To prove means which you have to prove. Here, first point, triangle APD is congruent to triangle PQB. First we have to follow. Second point, AP equal to PQ. AP equal to PQ we should show. Third point, the same we should write. Triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. And then fourth, AQ equal to CP. AQ equal to CP you should show. Then fifth point, APCQ is a parallelogram. We should show, next we should show AQ equal to CP and we should show APCQ is a parallelogram. Some students in the exam, what you write sometimes, you write like this, some of you. APCQ, wrong, cyclic order, APCQ, this way you should count. Sometimes when you check how they write, some students, one or two, APCQ, meaningless. That's okay. This much you have written, students. Write it. I will write the next step. Next step is proof. Construction. We should go. Next part is construction. So join AC. This much they have given. We need to join AC also. That is later we shall do. Join AC to intersect BD. To intersect BD at O. Later we shall join AC that will cut BD at O. Next proof. What is it? First one, in triangle APD and triangle CQB. This one, APD and CQB. Which are equal parts? We could say AD is parallel to BC. AD is parallel to BC. Therefore, opposite sides. Why? Because opposite sides of parallelogram ABCD. AD is parallel to BC. Why about AD equal to AD is parallel to BC? Because AD and BC are opposite sides of parallelogram. They have found ABCD is a parallelogram. So AD is parallel to BC. Why? Because these are opposite sides of parallelogram. Next one. And transversal BD intersects them. Here, AD is parallel to BC. This BD is a transversal. AD is parallel to BC is there. BD is a transversal. This BD intersects AD at a D and BC at a B. Means BD intersects them. Therefore, which are alternate angles? Angle ADB is equal to angle CBD. Why? Because alternate interior angles. Which are those? ADB. Then CBD. This one. Yes, these are alternate interior angles. That's why those are equal. Next, this implies angle ADP equal to angle CBQ. This you can call as one. What is the meaning? ADB. Here is ADB. ADB means we can write ADP. ADB and ADP are same. Here A, B. This line comes here B. Only this much we take, no problem. ADP. Okay, that's why this implies ADB means ADP. CBD means CBD. I'll take instead of taking BD, I take only BQ. CBQ. Okay, those are equal. Call this as 1. Then DP equal to BQ. This you call this why? Because given call this as where DP equal to BQ. This much is given. Then one more AD equal to CB. AD equal to CB or BC. AD equal to CB. Where is AD? This is AD. CB. Opposite side of these are opposite sides of parallelogram ABC. That's why these are equal. This is 3. From 1, 2, and 3. Now, therefore, from 1, 2, and 3. From 1, 2, and 3. Which triangle is congruent? This one. ACD. Triangle ACD is congruent to triangle ACD is congruent to triangle CQB. After writing this, I have to check whether these satisfy or not. Here ADP, CBQ, ADP, CBQ, correct. DP equal to BQ, DP or DP equal to BQ, is correct. AD equal to CB, AD equal to CB, correct. So then second point, this is first, it is proved. First part is proved. This is proved now. Then second part, what is the second part? In second part, what is told? It is shown AP equal to 6. To prove AP equal to 6. Triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB. This only I am writing here. How you wrote this? Already proved. Proved in one. Already proved in one. That's why we have written. Because this. Now, corresponding elements are equal. Which are corresponding elements? AP equal to CQ. AP equal to CQ. Why? Because corresponding parts are congruent triangle. That's why these are equal. This second part is also over. Now third part. AQB. You should take triangle. These triangles. AQB and CPD. Where is AQB? AQB. This one. I'll say that. You'll understand. This one. AQB. Congruent to CPD. Where is CPD? CPD. This one. Okay. We should show these two triangles are congruent. Which parts are equal there? Which are equal? Can you tell me which are equal? So these are congruent. Some equal parts should be there. Which are equal parts in these two triangles? CD and AB are equal. Why CD and AB are equal? Because opposite sides are parallelogram here. This one and this one are equal. Already this BQ and DP are equal. That is given. One more part should be equal. Which is one more part? One more part should also be equal. That, tell me, which is one more part? ABD is congruent to ABD is congruent to. Okay. Which is one more part now? Can you tell me? Students, I want these two triangles. I want to prove these two triangles are congruent. That is the always is remaining with the confusion. Now we want to prove it. AQB is congruent to CPD. So in those two triangles you should write. Third point, in triangle AQB and triangle CPD. Okay. Which are equal parts? Can you tell me, students? AB equal to CD, right? AB and CD are equal. You are not talking. AB equal to CD. AB equal to CD, why? Because opposite sides are parallel. This AB equal to CD. And BQ equal to BC. It is given. One more point we need. What is that one more point? I'll draw the diagram and show. So let us say this is A is here, B is here, then B is here, then C is here. Here is one line. One line. Okay. So we have to take in this way in take no, it will not come. This way you have to take. A, B, C. A is here and B is here. D, let us take D here, then C. One line is like this. Here, these two are alternate angles. These two means what? ABD. Here, where is ABD? This one. Here, big one I'll draw. Big, this one. ADB. CDB. Where is CDB? CDB. This one. These are alternate interior angles. These are equal. You understand this point? AB is parallel to CD. Then ABD and CDB are alternate interior angles. Therefore, these are equal. Now, in these two triangles, side angle, side. Which is side? AB is side. And ABQ is angle. Side. Equals side, angle, side. So, my is congruent, both the triangles are congruent. So, have you understood, students? When you are so now write it. AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. Okay? Side. AB is parallel to CD. Why? Because these are opposite sides of parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram. ABCD. That's why these are equal. And transversal BD intersection. Then BD intersection. Therefore, angle is a disturbing ABD. Angle ABD equals angle CDB. Why? Because ABD equal to CDB because alternate interior angles. These are alternate interior angles, which are both ABD, this one, then CDB, this one. These are alternate interior angles. That's all. Now, this implies ABD means I write ABQ, angle ABQ. ABD, where is ABD? ABD. Instead of this much, I write ABQ. This much ABQ. Okay, ABQ. That is equal to angle CDP. Instead of writing CDB, we will write only CDP. This line is DP. DB is same as DP. Okay. Now, QB equal to PD. QB equal to PD. Where is QB? QB equal to PD. These are equal. Why? Because given. Next, this is one more part. One more part is AB equal to CD. AB equal to CD. Where is AB? This is AB and CD. These are opposite sides of parallel. Because opposite sides of parallelogram. AB, CD. That's why these are equal. Now, 3 points are there. One angle, 2 sides. So by SAS congruent rule, therefore by SAS rule, triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. In this any doubt is there, you can tell me. Any doubt is that, student? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದಾ? ಡೌಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇರೋದ ಅವನೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂಡಿಸ್ತಾಡ? ರೈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದಿಬ್ಬರ ಕಡೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಲ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, speak, any one of you speak with me. One of you speak with me. ಮಾತಾಡ್ರ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, Have you understood or not? Not understood. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಂತರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇದೊಂದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಗ್ರುವೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ರೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ. SSS, SAS, RSS, ASA. ಅದ್ರ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ AB ಮತ್ತು CD ಎರಡು ಏನದಾವ? ಪ್ಯಾರಲೆಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅದ, ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ BQ = DQ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತೂ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆದ. ಈ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಎರಡು ನಡುವೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಎರಡು ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲೆಲ್, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸೈಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಇದು ಸೈಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರುವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? Now you have proved this one. Now fourth point, you should prove fourth one. Already you have proved this one, so we will take that. Triangle AQB is congruent to triangle. This triangle CPD. Why you wrote like this? Because already proved. It is already proved. Proved in third. Proved in third, you should write. Therefore, this implies AQ equal to CP. AQ equal to CP. These are corresponding parts of congruent triangle. Already two sides are equal, one angle is equal, remaining parts are automatically equal. Remaining parts are AQ equal to CP. In this triangle, you have shown these two are equal. Now you have shown this. Okay. Next part you should show AQCC is a parallelogram. Okay, that is the parallelogram we should show. Now I will go to fifth point. The diagonal I have not constructed, I will construct now. This is diagonal extra constructed. The diagonal of parallelogram bisect each other. We know diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Again ಗೊತ್ತದ parallelogram ಅದು diagonals bisect each other ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತದ. Bisect each other ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಎರಡು diagonal ಅದಾವ. ಒಂದು AC ಅದ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು BD ಅದ. AC ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ? BD ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ? BO equal to OD ಒಂದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ BD ಒಳಗ AC ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. AO ಮತ್ತು CO ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತದ ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು OB equal to OD OB equal to OD how OB equal to OD OB equal to OD because AC plus BD diagonal into two equal parts. Now therefore OB minus BQ equal to OD minus BQ because BQ equal to DP given ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನಾವು OB equal to OD ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ BQ equal to DP ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ BQ equal to DP ಏನೋ BQ equal to DP so OB equal to OD I am subtracting equals BQ equal to DP these are equals I am subtracting equals from equals already these are equal from this I will subtract equals then there is no problem both are equal only okay OB equal to BQ is how much? OB is this much. From this you cut this much. Remaining is OQ. So OQ equals here. OB is this much. From this you CD is cut. Remaining is how much? OP. OQ equal to OP now. OQ equal to OP. Okay. You can solve this as 1. What you have to now? In A, Q, P, P, you have shown OQ and OP are equal. Similarly, we can show OA and OC are equal. You can show OA or AO equal to CO we can show. Okay? And also, similarly these two. Okay. Here what is clear to prove here this one APCQ is a parallelogram. You want to show APCQ is a parallelogram means if diagonals bisect each other mathematically it is parallelogram. Say here for example this is one diagonal here midpoint you take another diagonal okay if they are bisecting each other for example this is O this is say B this is D and this is A this is C now what you have shown OQ equal to OP you have shown instead of these names I'll give the names different here Q here P this side A, this side C. Let it be. Now what you have proven? OQ equal to OP. OQ equal to OP you have proven. AO equal to CO you have proven. AO equal to CO. If this is the case, then if you join, the diagram will be parallelogram only. Okay, the quadrilateral in which diagonals bisect each other is a parallelogram. Understanding? If not understood, one more diagram like that only. Here one here Q P A it is like this. Now AO equal to CO OP equal to OQ is there that is diagonals bisect each other if in quadrilateral if diagonals bisect each other is a parallelogram. That point also one is there. You join this, it becomes parallel. Understanding? Now what we have from diagonal bisect each other? Where? Therefore, diagonal of parallelogram bisect each other. Why? Because diagonal of parallelogram bisect each other. We know diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Therefore, from 1 and 2, here 1 and 2 in 6 also 1 and 2 you have taken. In First, true, false, 1, 2, 3 we have taken. We should not get confusion. 1 and 2 means increase 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, APCQ. APCQ is a parallelogram. Students, you understood or not? I want to know whether you understood or not. If not understood, once again, in complete Kannada, I'll explain. You should tell me clearly. Raise hand how many have not understood. ತಿಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಬೇಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದ. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 5 minutes ಬೇಕು. 5 minutes. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. A, B, C, D, Z, and we have taken 2 points here. So the Q, ಇದು Q, ಇದು P, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದನ್ನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಈ ಸೈಡು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಯಾಕೆ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಅದ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಸೈಡು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾರ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಯಾವ? ಇದು ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಅವು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುವು? ಇದು AP ಮತ್ತು QC ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ತಗೋತೀರಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ AD ಮತ್ತು CD ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಪ್ಯಾರಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದೇ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ BQ ಮತ್ತು DP ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಇದು ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಎಂತ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಇವು? ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಆಂಗಲ್. ಇವು ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸೈಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಆದ. ಇಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ, ಎರಡು ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರುಯೆಂಟ್ ಆದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದ. ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಒಂದು ಡಯಾಗ್ನಲ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ OD ಮತ್ತು OB ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. OD ಮತ್ತು OD ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಈ OD ಮತ್ತು OB ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ. ನಮ್ಗ BP ಮತ್ತು BP ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದ. BP ಮತ್ತು BP ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು? BP ಬೇಡ ಬೇಡ, ಇದನ್ನು BP ಬೇಡ. OB ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ಎರಡು ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ, ಇವು ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅದ. ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಮತ್ತೇನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ನೀವು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯೂ ಮತ್ತು ಪಿ ಅದ, ಒ ಪಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಒ ಪಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಎಒ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಒ ಪಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್ bisect perpendicular. ಏನೇನು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, opposite sides are equal, here opposite sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other, means it is a parallelogram. Parallelogram ದಲ್ಲಿ opposite sides are parallel means opposite sides will be equal. If opposite sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other, then it becomes parallelogram. Shall you understood students now? Okay, raise your hand, Deepa. How many of you understood? ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಪ್ರಿಯರ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸು? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, ಓನ್ಲಿ 9 ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 23. 10 11 ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಿರ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ, ಕೈನೇ ಎತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೇಟರ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಒನ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆಲ್. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಬಳಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಟೀಚರ್ನ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. Why are you all silent? How was the exam yesterday? Exam? Okay, we have decided not to speak. Thank you. Sorry, I have switched off and I am asking you to speak. You understood students now?
Yes, sir.
I was not known. ಯಾರೋ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ನಡುವೆ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ, ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡೋಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸಾರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Good morning. Good morning. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So already we have started the question of space, which is written by the question. See what happens here. Simply how a man suffers from stress or strain. Whenever a man suffers from stress or strain or with some anxiety, so what the physical changes appear or mentally what the changes will appear. So that was explained in this lesson. So simple here, see, there are, so Vikrant is a character here. So he is a boy who was studying in the 11th class. Okay. So Vikrant's parents both were doctors and they want, okay, their son to join a good medical college. So that's why they were putting the pressure on that Vikrant to prepare for medical entrance and do well in the 12th examination. So that's why he was going for tuition classes and something and something. He was engaged with his study. But so that is the pressure. What Vikrant consider that is the pressure what his parents putting on him to prepare for medical entrance examination. But their intention is good. So they want his sons to get a good, medical field in a good reputation college. So that's why they were putting. Now still he was in the 11th class. From that only they were putting pressure. So sometimes whenever his father get free time or leisure time, he used to ask about the questions of science and bio, everything. So now after that Vikrant met a friend called Anuj, who was professionally a photographer. Okay, so actually he was a journalist. He started a photography also, so he was a good photographer. So now what happens? Anuj slowly developed, or he just opened the sense of photography in Vikrant. Now Vikrant, he was using his time to go for photography and learn about the photography. So now what happens here? Once what happens, both Vikrant and Anuja was used to talk with each other. Now, Vikrant was looking like some in depressed mode. Now Anuj asked, so now Vikrant replied that whether he his parents, Anu's parents, put pressure on him to be a photographer or a journalist. But Anu said that he only chosen that a profession. Now, but at that time, Anu said to observe himself whenever he, that Vikrant was in a kind of pressure. Okay, so and you have to just observe yourself. When you have started observing yourself, then you will get that all the changes appear. So then easily you can overcome from that stress or anything. I will say. Okay, now. Not only in the situations of pressure or anything or a fire. So whenever you are feeling happy, at that time also you have to just examine physical changes or expressions, so that what changes in your attitude. So that has to check it. So I will say everything to Vikrant. Now what happens? Okay. Okay, now he asked that, like how? Asked Vikrant. How to check it? How to examine it? Vikrant asked to Anuj. Okay, suppose you get a news that you have owned a free trip to the US. How do you react? So urged Anuj. Anuj said that, think that, just think that you got a free trip to US. Okay, so this is what exciting thing for you. So then what is the behavior, a change of attitude in yourself? Just observe it, okay? Now, we can say the US, wow. See, exclaimed Vikrant, giving to his hands, body and face such an exaggerated expression of glee that both collapsed laughing. Now what happened? By hearing that, he got a free trip to US. Now he was shaking his hands with the Anuj, and now he was just sharing his hands, and just he was expressing his glee or happiness, okay, with a different kinds of attitude. So now, by watching this, both were started laughing. Self-observation happened. Now, this is what self-observation we have to do. So now, this was taught by the Anuj to Vikrant. Now what happened? Self-observation happened to its own much sooner than Vikrant expected. Now, Anuj suggested just he thought that how to observe self. Yeah, Vikrant got a chance to self-observe himself. So that is came too early in his life. So what happened? At dinner that night, his father asked him. So that night only he got a chance to self-observe himself. Now what is that? Self-observation happened on its own much sooner than Vikrant expected. At dinner that night, his father asked him, Vikrant, have you found out which is the most suitable coaching center for your medical entrance test? Now on that day only, on that night only, Vikrant got a chance to self-examine or self-observe. So when they were dining, at that time, Vikrant's father asked him that. So whether he chosen the coaching center for a medical entrance examination or not. Just the father asked Vikrant. So what happened? No, said Vikrant. But Vikrant said firmly that no, I haven't chosen any centers. No? What do you mean no? If you still have not found out, when do you intend to enroll? Now father was a little bit angry and he said that no? What do you mean no? Okay, you are saying that no. What is the meaning of no means? So when you will get the proper coaching center, then you will intend to enroll there. Then when you will get the admission there. Now father asked him that. I don't know. I am already full of with tuitions, bio, math, physics, chemistry. It is tough. I can't do tuition. Because noting to that, his mouth was dry, his head tight at the temples, his body slightly hung. Now, So this is what self-observation he was doing now. What he said, so when he was, toughly talking with his father, he said that, so now already I am suffering with the tuition, like a bio, math, physics and chemistry. Now it is very tough for me to go for the tuition. Vikrant noticed whenever he's saying like this, so just he was observing himself, he was noting himself that his mouth was dry. Because the first time he was talking against his father and he was afraid of about that, now his mouth was dry. His head tight at the temple. Now what happened? His head was burdened with so many things. His body slightly hunched. His body was slowly just waving, a kind of not control of his body. Tuitions for medical entrance are not just tuition. They coach you for a career, for a high competitive exam. Now, further, and his father was replying that tuition for medical entrance are not just tuition. They're not only just tuition for to prepare that medical entrance examination, but even they will know. They coach you for a career. They will not only tutor you, they also coach you how to build your career for a highly competitive exam. And for a highly competitive exam, that is medical entrance exam was a highly competitive one. So for that, how to prepare and how to build your career, they will give it everything there for the sake.
Amma.
And you know that one wrong answer could make all the difference. So you know that. So even you have put the one answer wrong, so then you will get lost so many ranks in the medical entrance examination. It would be better if you turn your attention to investigation, a coaching center, rather than spend time with junkies and irrelevant things. Finish your transfer. The transfer home, he strictly said to him that now you are doing useless things. You are wasting your time in useless things or unuseful things. So just leave it. Okay. So just give your time for in search of that good tuition for medical entrance exam or a good center for a coaching. He said, and he finished. Vikrant noticed that his father's last remark sent a strong wave of heat through his otherwise very body. So galvanizing him to leave the room without another word. No. And Vikrant's father strictly said that his strong word was he given at last. So he has to find a proper coaching center for to prepare for that medical entrance examination. Now slowly his body was weary. And galvanizing. So just he was trying to leave that room without saying any words to his father. So this is what the change occurred in Vikrant. Vikrant knew these conflicts were not getting him anywhere. Knew these conflicts. Now he was in conflict. So now what he has to do, whether he has to go or sit there only. Now in the confliction he was there. We're not getting him anywhere. It was not as if he felt medicine was all wrong for him. Just or he was thinking that medicine is everything wrong for him. He just didn't want to be bulldozed just like this. So he didn't want to just carry the overburdens on his forehead. Okay. He don't want to take more pressure on him. So bulldozed into working 3 shifts a day, 6 days a week. He felt that he needed time to pursue his own interests and pleasure, especially after his meeting with Anuj. Now, he don't want to busy with every time. He don't want to work as a machine. See, just to say that, bulldozed into working 3 shifts in a day, 6 days in a week. So that is not, he likes. He don't like that kind of work. Vikrant don't want that kind of work. He wants pursue his own interest and pleasure. He needs some time. He wants the time to indeed, just he wants to indeed in his work only. So which the interest and give pleasure to him. So that's why he was not ready to go for that centers, coaching centers or anything. He felt he needed time to pursue his own interest and pleasure, especially after his meeting with Anuj. Now, after meeting with Anuj, now he's thinking that Vikrant thought that he needs some time to spend for his interesting work or the work which makes him pleasure. So he wants to give some time for that kind of work. Now, Anil spoke to him on various issues of the beginnings of life, the places he traveled to, the elements he used to compose, the photograph, self-observation, etc. Now, Anuj spoke, with Vikrant with so many, of about so many topics, such as, beginning of his life, so how he was in his early life, and so where he traveled, okay, and what the elements he used to compose, and photography. So all these things, just he used to talk with about all these things with that Vikrant. If you can express yourself without feeling, you can feel as well without expressing. He had said. So once he had said him that if you can express yourself without feeling, if you can express, just you are saying that you will express yourself without feeling anything, just you are asking. So then you can feel as well without expression. So can you, if you are saying that, just think that if you are able to present yourself, okay, just express yourself without feeling or without having any feelings or emotions, then it is also possible for you guys that to feel without expressing also, feeling yourself, but what we will do, we will not express it sometimes also. So this is what he is saying. When alone, Vikrant tried to practice emotions he had not experienced. So, but he, just Vikrant heard of about the words of Anuj. He was trying to himself to check it. See, whenever he was alone, Vikrant tried to practice the emotions he had not experienced. So just he tried to practice emotions he had not experienced. Actually, he was not experienced, but he was trying to express that. So just he tried it by practice, but he won't get it. At first, these were joy, spontaneity, excitement. When he felt more neutral, he practiced a wider range: suspicion, hostility, daring, joy, scorn, each with its accompanying posture and gestures. Now what happened? He started practicing so many different emotions, such as, so he will say that. So firstly, he just expressed the joy. So that is common emotion, what we will express. Joy, spontaneity. Spontaneity means suddenly we will get the desire, or suddenly we will get the emotions. Joy, spontaneity, excitement. First, he used to express these emotions. And when he felt more neutral, whenever he feeling more neutral, he was not excited, whenever he was not sad. So he was in neutral condition. He practiced a wide range of suspicion, such as hostility. So he tried, expressive about the hostility, daring. So whenever even he was not feel, there, then also how to express it. So he started practicing that. Okay, daring, next, joy, scorn, each with the accompanying posture and gesture. With the posture and gesture, he tried to express at all emotions. So in a different situations, he tried to practice it. His experiment with self-observation helped him see a whole range of his body's reaction. So, his self-observation helped him so many things that whenever he was joyed, how his body will react, how some kind of changes occurs in his physical appearance. So that just he started observing. So that all times, whenever he was joy, in spontaneity mode, in daring, in a suspicion mode, okay, at that time just he started analyzing his changes or body observation. Then he know that. So when he got that how body reactions will change. Okay, what are the ranges of this? So he got now the effect that different emotions had on the body, and we also got that. So how different emotions that made an effect on his body. Okay, so whenever he was feeling kind of fear, so what happens? So that kind of vibration will be in our body, and our head will be the starting signing. That kind of excitement or the fear we are whenever we are having, that will happen. So these were things he started noticing. But things didn't seem to change with his parents, who he realized would continue treating him like a child. So as long as he just chopped and reacted. Now what happens? Just he started, analyzing his changes or body appearances or emotions. But the only thing not changed that his parents, okay, who, they realized that he was a child, okay. So that's why they were, taking care of everything else about that Vikrant, and just he said and reacted. So what happened? Don't worry too much about the change, advised Anuj. Now, whenever he was noticing the changes, so then he, over the things he learned from self-observation, he came and given it to the Anuj. Now, Anuj said that, don't worry too much about the changes, advised Anuj, noting Vikrant's discouragement one evening. So now, just what Vikrant started noticing changes in himself. But the only thing was not changes of about his parents. Now he was discouraged of about that, and he came to Anuj and he said everything to him. Now Anuj said that don't worry about the changes more. Okay, don't think of about the changes what you are feeling. So don't worry about it more. And just he said that you cannot really change anything till things are ready for change. Just do your part. So he said that don't try to make the changes in others. So that will not possible. So when things were not ready to get that change, so then change will not come. He said that. So the things they have to ready, or the persons they have to ready to accept the changes. Then only changes appear. If they are not ready, then it is not possible to change anything. He said that. So that's why he said that your parents' attitude first has to change, mindset has to change. So before that, it is not possible for you to change them, he said. But it does not help, saying Vikrant, with the direction. But just do your part. He said that just do your work. So then when time comes, then only the things will change. Now he said, but it doesn't help, said Vikrant's direction. With the direction, he said that, but it will not help me, he said. Anuj, talk for a long while. Then he spoke. If you really want to get control over a situation, there are two more steps for you to practice. So now he said that. Okay. So if you want, control over situations, then two more steps are there. Okay. If you want to take the control on the situation, then two more steps are there. So you have to follow them. You have to practice them. So the first one, the moment an active feeling comes, so what is the first one? The moment an active feeling comes, which you think should be controlled, make note of it, but don't express. Now I say that. How beautifully, I will say. The first one that the moment of an active feeling comes, so you will get the active feelings in your heart or in your soul. So that feelings or emotions will form in yourself. But what do you have to do? See, that things should be controlled. Make note of it. So that must be controlled by yourself. But don't express. So whenever the positive attitude, feelings or active feelings comes in yourself, so then what you have to do? You have to control them, not to express them. He said that. What is the last step? What is the second time? What is the second step? He asked. Now Vikrant asked almost mechanically he asked step. What is the second step? The last one is a difficult, replied Anush. The last one is a very difficult step. What is that? This step involves expressing an emotion opposite what you feel and can be done only if you are agitated. Now he said that. The last one is a tough one. But what we have to do? What the emotions or feelings there existed in ourselves. So we have to do their opposite. Okay, so we have to express emotions which is opposite of them. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ. What is that? Suggesting that in your soul or in your mind you are feeling angry with someone. ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಸುತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ, that is the feeling what existed in ourselves. But what we have to do? We have to express the opposite of it. ನಾವು ಅವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆ ಸಿಟ್ಟನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಬಾರ್ದು. We have to express kind of happiness or a smile in front of them. That what will make, so that will help us to control ourselves. Okay, so this is what he was saying. The first one is that what, so if emotions or feelings came in our mind, so then we have to control it, but not to express it. So just think that whenever we are in sad mode, don't cry it, just control it. Okay, don't express it. This is the first step. The second step is that whenever the feelings or emotions, just exist in our mind, so then the opposite of that we have to express. So this is what the two things we have to do. So the first one we said that whenever the feelings or emotions came in our mind, so just we can't express them. Just we have to control them and not to express them. Any expressions, any emotions, what we are having, we have to control them and not to express them. But then in the second step, he said that if the feelings or emotions came in our mind, then what we have to do? We have to express their opposite ideas. Okay, or emotions. He said now. You observe it, but choose to express calm and warmth instead of coldness. But one thing you have to remember that. But see, observe this, but choose to express calm or warmth instead of coldness. Instead of coldness, you have to just express this kind of things whenever you are in calm or warm condition. Okay? Now, as simple as that, Vikrant a little hopelessly. Now, Vikrant just by listening that words of Anuj just laughed and he said, as simple as that. This is the very simple thing. Okay? Just he hopelessly laughed a little bit after listening the words of Anuj. Vikrant kept up his exercises in self-observation, practicing emotions he didn't feel, even attempting not to express feelings that came up hot and strong. Now this is what simple thing. Vikrant kept up his exercise in self-observation. Now he hasn't stopped his self-observation. He continued the process of self-observation. He just practiced it. Okay. So just he practicing emotions. He didn't feel. If he didn't feel the emotion, so then he practicing. Even
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಮ ಬಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾರು
Now what happens here? So just he started, he attempting not to express his feelings that came up hot and strong. Whenever the feelings or emotions, they came to him very hot and strong condition. Okay, it means a very kind of different thing. So very excited things. Then also he will not express to them. So what he has done, he just attempting not to express the feelings that came up hot and strong. So whenever the feelings or emotions come in the strong and the hot condition, even also he was not attempt to express them. He could see things more objectively, even when he could not control his reactions. Okay. You know what happens when he started self-observation. Now, even if he was not, even it is not possible for him to control the reactions. Okay. So then also he just see the things more objectively, negatively. Okay. So just neglecting the things. He was not worrying about them, not more. Just he was, just he was objectively when he could not control his reaction. Even if it is not possible for him to control the reaction, then also he just started neglecting them. He noticed that instead of both of them speaking in one voice, at points of control or friction, one spoke while the other refrained. Now he got that. So if we want to take the situation in control, so if both were started talking in a same kind of voice, means in a raised voice. So if both were angry, just think that both friends were angry and he also started in a loud sound to talk. And if he also started in a talking in loud sound, so then it will start as a clash. Now, Vikrant got that by observing self. He got that. So if someone is in a high tone, then another one must be used to low tone. So then what it will be? See, it will resolve the condition of a clash. So ಜಗಳ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಬ್ರು ಏಳು ಧ್ವನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ what it will do? So then a clash will appear. If one is using a high tone or a rise in his tone, so then another one has to use the soft one. Okay. So with that, with kind of that, so we will avoid the kind of clash. So this is what he learned with the help of self-observation. Now we say that. Okay. Sorry. Okay, he felt small series of change. Sorry that I have left that. Okay. He felt small series of change. He could see things more objectively even when he could not control his reaction. His parents were pushing less, listening more. Now when these kinds of changes appears in Vikrant, now what happens? His parents were pushing less. Now they were pushing him less. Just they started listening more. He noticed that instead of both of them speaking in one voice at points of control or friction, one spoke while the other refrained. Now, at the beginning, what happened? Mother was also trying to put the pressure on him, and father also trying to put the pressure on him. Both were using loud sound to talk with the Vikrant. Now, what happened? The changes slowly started in the mind of his parents also. Now, if one is talking, for just one is using to talk with him, the other, used to refrain, other, used to quit silently. So this was letting too much more interaction except on the on the subject of Anuj. Now this is what leading to much more reaction except on the subject of Anuj. So on the subject of Anuj, except that, so now these kinds of changes started in everywhere. Are you still see? Are you still hobnobbing with that character? What is his name? Asked his mother at breakfast one morning. Now, one morning, Vikrant and his parents were taking, breakfast. What happened? So Vikrant's mother asked him that, are you still hobnobbing with that character? Just you are, saying or following the character. That is what Anuj. Okay. So just his mother asked Vikrant about Anuj. His father's silence was expectant. Now, this is what the changes occurred in that parent. So now, mother was asking, father was sitting silently. Okay, so if father starts talking, then mother used to quit. Now, this is a change. What happens in the parents. But at the beginning, both used to talk in a loud voice with crowd. Now, what happens? Slight change appears. Now, mother was asking, father was, he sits silently. Now, mother asked him, just now, still today also, he was, following the words of Anush, or he was, having the impact on him of about the Anush. Just she asked. His father's silence was expectant. Vikrant observed his temples tightened. His hunched shoulders straightened out in confrontation. His pulse become irregular. Okay. Now what happened? Now, just he started his self-observation. Okay. So now Vikrant observed himself that. So his temples were tightened. Okay. His hunched shoulders were straightened. Now, at the beginning, his shoulders were hunched. Hunch means just bigger. Now they become straight. Okay. And out in a confrontation, in a firm, in a courageous voice, he said that. Now, his name is Anuj Mummy, he replied. Okay, he said that his name was Anuj. Anuj Jain. Anuj is a friend, in fact, more. He teaches from him. I have learned many things that are hard to explain. Now, just as Vikrant said, his mother about Anuj that, yes, mom. His name was Anuj Jain. He was a friend of me. Not, in fact, he was a more than a friend. He teaches so many things to me. I learned many things from him. But they are very hard to explain. Okay, he said. Yes, but you will not sitting for your entrance test. Will he? If you lose your grip on class 11, you will never catch up in class 12, said his mother assertively. Now, they were not in the, saying in the loud words. They were saying in slow, a little bit, smooth words. Kind of change, there. Now, his mother said that. Actually, what happened, that she said that Anuj, okay, he was not going to sit. He was not going to sit instead of you for that entrance examination. She said, will he? Whether he will going to sit. If you lose your grip on class 11, no, she was convincing that Vikrant slowly. If you lose your grip on class 11, then listen here. If you lose your grip on the 11th class, then you will never catch up all the things in the term. So whatever it may be, so that what you have learned from Anuj or whatever it may be, but the thing you have to remember that Anuj is not going to attend your exam. Okay, you have to face your exam and you have to write it. So that's why I'm saying that, okay, if you, lost grip on the 11th class, then you will not catch up better in the time. Mother said assertively. As Vikrant felt his temper throb, a sudden calm entered his heart. Now, at the beginning, so he was excited with, talking with his parents. Now, when he heard the, familiar word with the, by his mother, now, he became calm and he started speaking with his mother. If I am allowed space for new interests, I will also find space for what is important for career, he said quietly. Now Vikrant said very quietly that, very slowly that, okay, simple. Mother, if you allow me go for my interesting things, so then also I allowed, to stay for time. I will give time for prepare for the entrance examination. He said quietly. He said that if you are alone, okay, to go for my interesting things, then I also give the time to practice, prepare for your entrance examination. He said very quietly to his mother. This time it was his father who spoke. Fine. Try to achieve a balance. We will be with you. Now, mother was quite. Now it is the time to talk the father. So his father says that, okay, then fine. We will give you time, but you have to do what you have to do. So you have to balance your both things. Okay, we will be with you. We will always with you. Don't worry about that. But you have to balance these things. Okay. At the end of class 11, Vikrant enrolled for classes at a coaching center for a medical entrance test. He did this with an awareness that it was the right thing for him to do. Now, at the end of the 11th class, so Vikrant somehow he, got just he enrolled for classes at coaching center. Now he joined the coaching centers for the medical entrance test. He did this with the awareness. So he, joined the entrance college or a coaching center with a great awareness that that is the right thing for his life. This is what self-observation. Simple thing is that at the beginning, Vikrant's father and mother, they were talking in a loud sound, and with Vikrant also, just whenever he, started talking with that kind of things, he was excited, he was angry, he was not controlling the situation, and he was, not ready to sit and talk with his parents about that thing. But when he when he met with Anuj, and when he started teaching us about the self-observation, now Vikrant started learning that thing slowly. Whenever he was observing his physical changes or whatever the things changed in his attitude. So then he started learning that he has to control his feelings and emotions, then he will get the control on the situations automatically. Okay, then he started a little bit hard, so then he feel every emotion by practice. Even he was not feeling them, then also he tried to get a practice, such as joy, sadness, or spontaneity, or sudden feelings. These things he practiced, and however the changes occur whenever he was in that situation, he watched that, and he learned everything. And once when he learned all the things, just he started practicing them. And he at last he started, learn two things that whenever even he was not whenever the feelings or emotions came in his mind, that he, learned that, so how to control them and not to express them. Because he got that whenever feelings or emotions came, then he started to control, then he started controlling them, not to express them. And the second thing what you have learned, that even you got the expressions or emotions in your mind, then what he has to do, he has to express the opposite of that he learned the two things from Anuj last at last, and so later, so whenever such kinds of changes occurred in Vikrant, then sudden changes also occurs in the Vikrant's parents. So at the beginning they were talking with that toughly with Vikrant. Now they become smooth or a kind of kind in the case of Vikrant. Now at the beginning both rush and Vikrant now, if his father used to talk, his mother used to quit. So his mother used to talk, then his father used to quit. So now, in this way, changes occurs with self-observation. Now now he has got the courage by observing himself. He got the courage that whenever his parents used to talk with him, he used to sit silently and listen them, and he used to give the answers calmly. Okay, so now, when his parents agreed to give him a time for go for his interesting things, then he also promised him that he will join the coaching center and he will go for preparation of a medical entrance examination. And so before going to that entrance exam, he understood that so that is the good thing for him to prepare well for a medical entrance examination. That helps him to build his career. So with the last, he got the real thing and he joined the coaching center. So this is what simple and this is a useful lesson for everyone that how to self-observe yourself. So you have to learn, self-observation. So whenever you are sad, so what the, change occurs in your physical appearance that you have to notice. Once you notice that, if anyone is in that condition, so by observing him or her only, so you will get that whether he was in sad condition or in happy, or whether he was in excited mode or what, or in anger mode, that you will get it easily. So that will help you to communicate with the others. So this is what with Anuj start with France in this lesson. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, friends. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Okay, friends. Yesterday I have sent the exercise part of gravitation. Have you seen that, friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the gravitation lesson completed, friends. The last chemistry lesson also I have to send the exercise part. I will send it. The next I am going to start the new lesson. What is that physics new lesson? Yes, friends. What is the new lesson, next lesson after the graduation?
Work and energy.
Work and energy.
Work and energy. So we all of you know that what is that work. Okay, so everything, so I'm teaching to you that is what, that is my work. I can consider it is also one type of work, right? So here we have learned in the previous lesson that in the Newton's laws of motion lesson and gravitation. So in this lesson we have studied about the motions and gravitation. Okay, so here when we come to this work means here you know that all living thing being needs food, isn't it? Do they get easily food, students? Do they all living beings get food easily? Yes, students. Do they all living beings get food easily or not? Do you get food easily? Does your father get food easily, students? Yes or no? Please respond. Easily will you get the food, students? No response? Yes, you know, all living beings need food means they can't get food easily. For example, animals. You take that forest animals, who will put the food for them, isn't it? So for getting food, what these animals do? They move from place to place, isn't it? And they move for food means they catch other animals or they eat animals, they search, they find, isn't it? And human beings also, we need to do some work to get food. Isn't it? All your parents are going to do work. They may be farmer or they may work in the office or government servants, whatever it may be. So all we do work. Okay. In science, the work is considered in a different way. Okay, I'll come to that point. You know that machines also need energy to do work, isn't it? So all we need energy to do work. Energy to do work means if I want to play, means I need energy there. So what is energy? Food is energy for us, right? Food is energy to give, okay, or play, we can say that. Here, machines also need energy, means, you know, some machines will work by petrol, diesel, you know, car, vehicles, they run by, okay, petrol. So they need energy means what is that? Petrol. Food of that car and vehicles means that is what? We say that fuel. If the fuel is there, then only they travel. You know, car and bicycle, bus, these need energy. Here, the work, what we consider it as. Here you can say one example for you what work you have to do, right? So if the exam is there, you all have to prepare for the exam, right? You all have to prepare for the exam means whatever there is also some work is needed. So you have to write the notes for that, you find the question answers, and you have to read, you have to keep in your mind. Yes, these all things, and you have to do some hard work to get out of out. Right, Seven? So simply you cannot get marks. You cannot write exam easily, you cannot get marks out of out. So when you do some hard work, then only you can get the more marks or out of marks in the examination. There is a hard work. We say that is also work done by you. Okay. I will give some examples of that. What is the work? Here, students, you come to this point. Here, how you find if the work is done by this? Okay, a horse pulling the cart does work. Means, so when the horse pulls the cart, there is a work. You travel the distance, isn't it? So you have reached the point where you want to go. So there is, we say that the work is done. Okay. For example, if you stand in the down floor and if you think that I am there on the floor, I am there on the first floor or the second floor, is there any work is done in this period? Is there done any work here by thinking? Yes, students? If you are standing in the down floor and if you stand there and you think that I am there on the second floor, it is not done any work there. Scientifically, we say that we have to climb the stairs and we have to reach the second floor. Then only we say that the work is done. Okay. So this pulling the cart, a horse pulling the cart, we say that it does work, we say that. The next one, here a man climbing the stairs does work. So when you climb the stairs, then only you can reach the top. So this is also done work example. And you can see the car. So here a body drops from a height falls towards the earth. So whenever the thing falls, they fall on the earth due to the gravitational force. Here, it indicates that the earth exerts force of attraction, or we call it gravity of the body. So here, the gravitational force does work in this. Which work does? The gravitational force does work in pulling the body towards it. The whatever things we throw, they reach high heights and become and they fall on the earth only. So this is what gravitational force. Now you come to here. Work is said to be done scientifically when a force applied on a body produces motion in it. So here is a book. I am taking the book. If I keep on the table, so if I want to place it in a different color on the table, so what I do, I just put this table, book to the corner. So here what we say is the work is done. Okay. So work is said to be done scientifically when a force applied on a body produces motion in it. For example, if the car is not stopping when you will be driving, if the car is not stopping, or so if you want to push the car little forward, so when you push it, you can see the distance traveled by the car. So there we can say that the work is done. There we can say that work is done. So when you push the car, it changes its movement. Okay, in which direction you push it, it changes its direction and it moves forward. So this we call it as work is done. So work is done in moving a body is equal to the product of force exerted on the body and the distance moved by the body in the direction of force. Okay, what I said now. So here, work done is equal to force into displacement, we say that. So what is that? When you push a car, okay, it changes its direction. So in which direction you push it, and it changes the displacement. You can say that. So first picture we have taken that. What is that? The cart. So cart is what is that? Pulling a cart. Means it moves a little far distance. So here we can say that. What we can say that work is done. So work done, how we measure it, students? We measure it force and displacement. So when you push the things, okay, here we have to put the force, okay, then the moment of the object is how it reaches and how it changes its place. That is depending on the work done. So this we call it as work done is equal to force into displacement. I can give you some more examples here. For example, here, if a force applied on a body does for it to be done, both force and displacement must be present in a body. Okay, it should be present. Force and displacement should be there. For example, here you can see the picture, the first picture. One man is holding a book. So here a man holding a book in his hand in a stationary position. So stationary means it is constant. Okay, just see holding that book. Okay, does not do any work. It does not change any direction. Okay, so the weight of the book acting on him does not produce any displacement. Okay, so it does not produce any displacement. It is constant. There we can say. So when when you leave the book down, you can see that the book falls on the ground, and we can say that it is done any work. Here, if he is holding that book in a stationary position, means it is does not work. You can say it is not a work done. We say that. The next one is what the second person is doing. Right? He just standing near the wall and just holding the hand. He just holding the hand. He is not putting any force, isn't it? So it is a wall, okay, wall, and just he is touching that wall. Here a man tries to push a rigid and stationary wall. Okay, rigid and stationary means the wall which is there. Yes. So does not work since the force applied by him does not move the wall. So when you put the force, when the wall will be moved, when the wall will be moved a little distance, then only we can say that work is done. But if you touch the wall and if you do not apply any force, here we can say that does not work. Okay, well, here we can say that there is no any work is done. Here you can see work done by an oblique force. Here you can see that what is doing the instrument. He is carrying a load, we can say. Just he is dragging a load. He tied a rope to that. He is dragging it. Here we can say that the work is done because when he is drawing that, what is that? Drawing that heavy load, he needs to put some force. He needs to put some force, and it changes its displacement in which direction he is drawing that load, we can say that. So here, the force acting in the horizontal direction displaces the body in that direction. So in which direction he is drawing that load, okay, the load will be moving in that same direction. He is applying the force that he is dragging it. Okay, so this is we can say that work is done. Here, I'll come to the next point. These are some examples I have given to you, friends. So how do we consider it? Work done or not done? Okay. So when we say that work is done, here Work is said to be done when a force acts on an object and the object is displayed in the direction of force. Okay, here you have kept on the table box. If you kept any box on the table, if you want to move this box, or you can say that it is a floor, you think. You think a floor or you think a table, okay? So this is a object. I want to move this object, okay? So here, what I should apply here is, I have to apply force on it. Then only this box can move in a certain distance. Okay, so this distance displacement we call it as. Okay, so when we apply force, when the object is displaced the direction of force and applying in this direction. Okay, and applying in this direction, so this object is also move in the same direction. So in which direction I apply force, in the same direction the object will move. So this we call it as, with this we say that work. Okay, so this work done on an object is product of the force applied and the displacement means what we say that distance. Okay, so how we consider it is W is equal to W into S. So W means work, S means force and displacement. So what is the unit of work? So you know the unit of, we have last lesson we have learned that, okay, acceleration, displacement, units we have learned. Okay, so here we know that W means work. What is the SI unit of work is joule. SI unit of or joule we say that. SI unit of work we say joule or joule we say. Some of the people that they use joule or joule. So we represent the letter is J. Okay. Here, yes means we know that force we measured and the SI unit of force is Newton. And displacement we know that displacement, what is the SI unit of the displacement is meter. Okay, then we say that 1 Newton meter. Okay, this we call it as force means we measure it as Newton and displacement is meter. Okay, here displacement means 1 meter we consider it as SI unit. Here we say that 1 Newton meter. So 1 Newton meter means it is what we say that work means joule we say that. So here 1 joule is the amount of work done when a force of 1 Newton displaces an object by 1 meter we say that. So when the object will move a little distance, okay, when it changes its displacement, so we measure it as work. Example, it is given if a force of 5N acts on an object. 5N means what we say that students, 5N means force. Okay, when an object when a force of an 5N means force as an object is displaced means what we say that if displaced 2 meters. Okay, displaced 2 meters. X is equal to 2 meters in the direction of force. Then work done is, we said. So what is the work is done here? Work done is equal to F into S. F means 5N, S means 2 is equal to 10 joules, we said. Is it? 10 joules. So this is what it is work. We call it as work. Here we consider in a different way this work also. Sometimes the work will be done and may not be done. So how we consider it as? Here the work done by a force may be positive or negative. The work done by a force. For example, if you are pushing the wall, okay, by the force, the wall will not move. It is, we say that negative. Okay, this we call it as negative, we say that. Work is done by force may be negative. If the wall is moved in a certain distance, when I push it, when I put a force, I can say that it is positive. Right? Here, the work done by a force is positive if the force and displacement are in the same direction. Okay, so assuming, so in which direction I push this wall by force, if it moves, means we call it as the displacement, or in the force and displacement are in the same direction as I said. The work done by force is negative. If the wall is not moved, if it is in stationary, okay, so force and displacement are in opposite direction, we say that. Okay, they are in opposite direction. So the work done by force is zero if there is no displacement. If the object will not change its direction, will not move in a certain distance, we call it as, that is, we call it as force is zero. Okay, if there is no displacement, we say that. Okay, if it is a very big rock, if you want to move this rock, for example, if you are driving a car on the road and you see that, what you see, you will see a big rock on the road, you find it, but if you move that rock, then only you can move the car on the road, otherwise you cannot. So in that time, so if it is a very heavy rock, so I can't move that rock at the side of the road because if it is very heavy, I can't. So there we can say that negative force. So if you apply force, even if it is more also, if the rock is not moving, we can say that there is no displacement of the rock. That force we call it as zero. That force we call it as zero. So the work done by a force is zero if the force is perpendicular to the displacement, we can say that. Okay, perpendicular to the displacement. Force and displacement, perpendicular to the displacement. So, for example, we can take that when we lift an object, the object moves upward in the direction of force. When we lift an object, means from the upward, when you lift the object, okay, here the work done is positive. How it is that there is a force of gravity acting downward on the object. So when I throw this surface, okay, you see that surface, this, when you lift from the upward, okay, lift from the upward, the object will move downward and it falls on the earth. Here, which force is applied? That there is a downward gravitational force is applied on this shock, it falls on the ground. So the work done by the force of gravity is, we say that there is a force of gravity acting downward on the object. So the work done by the force of gravity, we say that negative. You know that a porter lifts a luggage of 15 kg. Here an example is that. What is that? A porter lifts a luggage of 15 kg porter from the ground and puts it on his head. So what he does, 15 kg, he takes the luggage and he puts on his head, okay, from the ground and puts it on his head. 1.5 meter above the ground, or 1.5 meter above the ground. Okay, so calculate the work done by him on the luggage. So how much was the luggage? Is 15 kg from the ground and puts on its head 1.5 meter above the ground, means so whenever we keep the things, isn't it, we have to bend and we have to keep the heavy things on our this, right? We have to bend and we have to keep the things on our head. So it is a heavy things means. Here it is what is given here, friends. 15 kg is given, means mass is given, and 1.5 meter means what we consider it as displacement. Okay, the displacement in between the head and the ground. So it was 1.5 meter. Okay, so acceleration due to gravity, you know all of you that acceleration with gravity is 10 meter second square. Here work done we have to find means what is that? S into S. So S means what we say is S is equal to MA. What is that? S is equal to MA. Means here gravitation means G. S is equal to mg we consider it as. Here we have to write mg into s. M means 15 kg and g means 10 raised to 10 meter per second square into 1.5 m. When you get the answer is joule. Okay, how much work is done? 225 joules we say that. Have you understood about this, student? Yes, have you understood about this? Yes, please reply me, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood about the work? Now, all of you write the class book, students. What is said to be done when a force acts on an object and the object is displaced in the direction of force. The work done on an object of the force applied and the displacement. here in your textbook, page number 148, students, there is one question is there. There is a problem. Please solve it and tell me the answer, students. What is that? A force 7 Newton. A force of 7 Newton acts on an object. Acts on an object. The displacement is say 8 meters in the direction of the force. So what is the question is? Let us take if that the force at an object is the displacement. So what we have to find here, what is the work done in this case? What is the work done in this case? So yes, students, we have already solved one question is that force is equal to what is that 7N and displacement means S is equal to 8 meter is there. That is what we have to find is we have to find the work done. Means W is equal to 7 N F into S. Here F means 7 N and 8. What is the answer, students? What is the answer?
$56.
56 joules. Okay. You said 56 joules. Here, another question is this is strange. Page number 149. Page number 149 is there. A pair of edges of 140. What is the sound? Is used okay. So here, a pair of blocks exerts a force of 150 Newton on a flux. The field being plugged is 15 meter long. So here, how much work is done? The same formula we have to use to find the answer. How much work is done? W is equal to F into S. Here also we can do it. 140 Newton into 15 meters. And when do we say that work is done? Okay, that also we have already written the classes. So all of you write the phase-wise question answers homework students. These phase-wise questions. When do we say that work is done? Write an expression for the work done when a force is acting on an object in the direction of its displacement. Okay, and define 1 joule of work. A pair of blocks, that question. Okay, students, will you do this homework? Yes. Will you do homework, students? Okay, and who is this Neha? Please respond. Will you complete the page question answers? Yes, students. Okay, I'm giving you this page as homework. Please solve that. If you not respond, I can't get any problems from you, students.